Patrick Queen has been rumored in quite a bit of trade talks as of late. So I definitely think he is an option for the New York Giants to go out and potentially get him for multiple reasons. One reason being the New York Giants definitely could use another linebacker in there. They did go out and get Bobby Okereke, but I also think getting in another guy to add some more depth, add some more star power in there with Patrick Queen, who's a very solid player, a former first-round pick. His fifth-year option was declined by Baltimore, so that's the reason why he's in trade talks right now. They also did draft Trenton Simpson, who was a top 3 linebacker in this class, and a lot of people kind of thought he was quite a good player. So him going to the Baltimore Ravens, I definitely think it's possible that he could be in trade talks. And having our defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale, he obviously was with Patrick Queen and was a part of that with his team. He's a part of his defense. So if Wink Martindale, clearly if he likes him, I definitely think it's a realistic option that the Giants could go out and give maybe a 4th, 5th round pick potentially and go out and get him. I'm not exactly sure what the value is going to be. But considering they did, decline his 5th-year option, they brought in Trenton Simpson. They're already a pretty solid defensive team, have some good linebackers over there. I definitely do think it's a very possible scenario where they try and move him for a draft pick or something like that, or maybe they're looking for something else. I'm not really sure, but I think a 4th, 5th round pick is something what they're probably going to look for. As a Giants fan, I'd probably be looking to more give a 5th, and that's kind of as price high I'd like to go. But it's definitely an option for the Giants to go out and get Patrick Queen. Obviously, it completely depends on how Wink Martindale likes this guy, because he was coaching him for multiple years back in Baltimore before he joined the Giants. So this is a guy who, if Wink really likes him, the Giants could definitely go out and get him. And he's definitely a really talented young linebacker. He doesn't turn 24 until August, so he'll be 24 for this entire season. I think if you can give him a 5th round pick for the guy, obviously it's a 1-year deal, but I don't think he's a guy you could try and bring in, maybe try and extend as well, and just kind of be a number 2 option behind Bobby, who is obviously a very talented young linebacker who we just signed a 4-year deal this past offseason as well. So this is definitely an option if the Giants want to go out and get another guy. Gerard Davis is currently the number 2 right now, I'd say. So I definitely think adding in Queen would be great to be that number 2 guy. You have Gerard Davis at number 3, and then you have McFadden as the number 4, who had a pretty solid rookie season last year. Not elite by any means, but definitely a solid player. And you also have Beavers, who will be coming back from injury. He had a season-ending injury last season back in training camp after he looked very, very good in training camp. So this is definitely a move to add some good linebacking depth, and I think adding a guy like him could be pretty good. But it obviously completely matters if Wink really likes this guy. Back in 2020, he was Defensive Player of the Year, number 3 as a rookie. So I was great there. Obviously, a Defensive Rookie of the Year, and ranked at number 3, which is pretty solid there. He had 106 tackles back in 2020 in his rookie year, 1 interception, 2 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 2 passes defended, 3 sacks. Was quite good. He really was quite good. Had 2 fumble recoveries as well, 10 QB hits, 9 tackles for loss. Was quite good there. And this past season, back in 2022, this past season was quite good as well. Had 117 tackles, 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 14 QB hits, which is quite fantastic. Had 2 fumble recoveries as well this season again. Had 1 forced fumble, 6 passes defended. And, was quite good. Had 2 interceptions as well. And, I mean, the biggest, bad thing with him is kind of his coverage skills. But other than that, he's a really fantastic young kind of linebacker, I think. And I definitely think he could be a great add to this Giants team. And, if like I said, if Wink really likes this guy and thinks he can be a much better player after coming to the Giants, I definitely think this is a, pretty realistic possibility for the Giants to go out and get him. We'll see what Joe Shane's thinking. Obviously, he has made some great moves this offseason, but he didn't really address another linebacker other than Bobby, so I don't think this is a possibility. But anyways, guys, comment down below your guys' thoughts on the Giants potentially doing this. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and what you think. And what do you think what the Giants would have to give up? Do you think it's a 4th, a 5th round pick? Do you think it's a number 3? Like a third round pick? I don't think it's going to be that high, but is it a 4? Is it a 5? Is it a player? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and see ya.